Alright, what's going on everyone? Sniper here, back with a special type of unboxing, like I've done in the past for another item. Now everyone's probably wondering, or anyone who's... anyways, what's in the box? It's not really a box, it's kind of like... Anyways, what's in the box is the Dark Souls 3 Collector's Edition Guide. Now this kind of surprised me when it got announced on certain websites, that it came with a special type of collector's edition. Now, the people who made this is Prima Guides. So, Prima, considering that they've done another one of these in the past, it's kind of weird, or not kind of weird, kind of acceptable that it would be Prima doing this again. But the weird thing is that EGuide didn't make this guide like they did in Dark Souls 2 and 1. Probably because Prima either bought EGuide out, which I don't know, or they got the contract to write the guide. So anyways, this is the special collector's edition for Dark Souls 3. So there's got a little cough there. And we got pretty much all the items right in here. That's just nothing, that's just bubble wrap that it came with. But like in this can review, you can see every single item that consists of it. So, obviously the first item was the collector's box that everything is contained in. And we'll go from down to up in terms of what's in the box. So, our first item here is the Dark Souls journal that you get. Like, obviously there's nothing in it. You can write your Dark Souls fanfic or whatever you want here, or any notes that you want to keep inside. I personally won't be writing in this book. I'll just leave it as a nice blank collector's piece, and also shows the symbol of it's a kinship symbol or something like that. I forget. I honestly forget. Last Dark Souls game I played was 2 years ago, so all that is totally out of my mind. But I'm hoping that playing Dark Souls 3, I'll remember exactly everything that comes with it. So, that's the first item you get. The second item, which I find pretty cool in the box that it comes in, and also the item itself, is a little sword bookmark. If we can get this out properly. So, this is pretty cool, actually. This is, not Siegfried's. It's the wolf's blade, I believe. So it's like a little bookmark for your guide, more or less. And I believe this might be a letter opener as well. I'm not too sure about it, but it is pretty nice in terms of it. The weight, I think this is pewter, just by the weight and feel of it. But the amount of detail that comes into this is just immaculate. Like, there's so much detail in this sword that, like, a lot of work went into making the mold for this. Obviously, it's not just like a cheapo type sword. So that's one of the items, which is pretty sweet in all honesty. Take this out for now. We'll do this box last because it'll take me a few seconds to get to it. So this is the free e-guide that I'm not going to show the code for, but on the back, which I find kind of funny, is the flask contained in this package is a decorative replica and is not intended for use with food or drink. No kidding. So obviously don't drink out of the flask. Spoiler for what's inside this box, more or less, because we've already discovered everything and the box is almost empty. So I'll go to this item right here, which obviously, as you can tell, is the Dark Souls 3 guide, collector's edition guide. So on the front cover, the nice sleeve cover is the Red Knight, which is pretty much the main focus point of this game. Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, they had two different types of the Elite Knight. Dark Souls 1 was focused on Elite Knights, and Dark Souls 2 was focused on Far something. I honestly forget. But he was a different type. He was like the elitist of the Elite Knights. So obviously, as any guide shows, maps, enemy types, spawns, items to collect, spells, weapons, anything that you need to know about the game is packaged in the collector's edition. More or less is all it is. And in the back, there might be some artwork. No artwork, just shows types of enemies. I believe there's artwork in it though, but it's probably further in the back, and flipping through it will take too long in terms of an unboxing video. So the last item here, which is in this box, hopefully I can open it with one hand, and I can. Sweet. Is, as that paper said, is the Flask itself. See if I can. There we go. So this is the Estus Flask replica that is the main item in this. Well, not really. It's like the second main item, or one of the main items. The other main item being that sword bookmark replica. So this is the Estus Flask that represents what's in the game, and it also represents what gives you vigor and life to heal yourself after a battle from enemies. So, in all honesty, this feels kind of weird to me. I thought that, given it was a Prima guide as well, that it would have been a bit more, I guess, detailed or care taken out of it, because it just looks like a, I don't know, I don't want to say anything bad about it. I still like it in terms of like a replica or something like that, but I don't know. I feel like it could have been a bit better, a bit more nostalgic, considering that this might be the final game for it. Having something that, like, maybe a real glass Estus Flask might prove a little bit better, but Prima made the choice, so, and I got it, so I'm not bitter about it, but it just would have been nice, instead of having like a plastic one, having a nice looking glass one. But I guess that's because also people like to break stuff a lot easier. So obviously that warning is kind of weird because you can't really drink out of it. I don't know how you drink out of it. It makes no sense to me, but I guess that warning is just there to say, hey, don't be a fool. So that was more or less the collector's edition guide for it. So you get the Estus Flask replica, the collector's edition guide, a Dark Souls journal, and the the free EGuide along, and the last but not least, a replica bookmark / sword opener, I believe, but I don't think this is strong enough. No, this is pretty bendable. So I think it's just the bookmark, which is also pretty cool, because you can just, you know, bookmark your pages and have like a little hilt of a sword popping out. So I like it, honestly. Oh, and everything encased in the box, of course. So I kind of like this guide. It's kind of interesting to see a new take on collector's editions in terms of having a guide as a collector's edition as well as the game itself. It's just a different take. It takes some getting used to for sure in terms of collectors and guides, like what you want to see in it, because if I feel like it's new to the game. I know there's been a few in the past, but it seems like a new thing that's going to be coming out, and I hope it continues. And maybe that get like some cooler items, or like, well, not cooler items, more in-game type items like this collection has itself. It has the Estus Flask, which you use on a very common basis, and one of the swords that you would use if you had the sword, obviously. So that's pretty much all that's entailed in the collector's edition guide. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Please like, favorite, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.